by Ziggs combo, that long-range engage to the damage dunk here. So perhaps they could be fancying something like a Galio to complement this type of playstyle. So EDG might look to ban that Galio from them.
Can be. That is possible. Just maximize the AoE, right? But since they have picked up already the Ornn, I don't think it's gonna be the best possibility. I think they have to back in more on the damage. So ADC maybe is gonna be the most preferred one. Possibly the Xayah for maximum kiting ability, and also just repositioning with the Feather Storm, being able to dodge away possibly the depth charge here from Langui would be necessary. But it has been banned away, so that leaves the Kai'Sa here for Kuden. Lucian is banned away as well.
Yeah.
So very little options here on Team Flash. Possibly just the Kai'Sa would be best here for him. Corki can work, but too much AP, I guess.
I think this is going to be a bot side Ziggs here for sure. They're certainly going to be a rough blind pick Ziggs if they want to put it towards the middle side. So still a lot of options for the middle side that if they are going to be pivoting the Ziggs towards that bot side anyway. Jace is still available, but no, they actually will pivot towards ADC role.
Ooh, severe!
So it is going to be interesting here.
Yeah, I think it's
they
better
do lock
for the
it up.
Ashe.
Yeah, they do. Bit of utility on top of the damage too, and you have that setup on the enchanted crystal arrow as well, right? That global presence on both the Ziggs and the Ashe, always a good nice to have on top of the lockdown potential of the Vi. So still a very, very good synergistic approach here for TF. But the thing about this type of composition, GG, is it's really hard to execute, right? So they have to be up for the task of doing so.
I'm actually quite excited for this game. There's so many crowd control for Team Flash, and now we're going to be seeing T3 back on his Gwen. And that was the biggest carry of that game. Even a Baron steal by T3 against KT Rolser Y back in day number 18. And I'm just so excited for this time around. Edward Gaming locking in the Olaf though for 0711. They're going ham on this game.
Yeah, a lot of early game potential here for EDG on the Olaf as well. I mean, talk about Olaf is... The thing about Olaf, rather, is he's such a big terror monster in that early game. A lot of people tend to discount just how much damage an Olaf can put up, especially even in that level 1 mark. So, a lot of respect has to be commanded here around that Olaf pick, as well as the whole entire roster here on both sides. But either way, a huge reshuffle on the champion pool here of Team Flash. They definitely want to give it all they've got in this game number 2. And remember, they are already against series point here of EDG, so this makes a lot of sense. But they have a lot of squishies here, GG, and that makes me a little bit worried.
Absolutely. I actually agree on you on that. Squishy targets can be, kind of tilting, especially as a target by the Akali. Yonti might be in trouble, Kuden as well. If they get taken down, that leaves so little damage here on the side of Team Flash. But in the late game, I think they have lots of avenues here for Team Flash, especially with the Gwen. If he gets, amplified by 368, given a great platform here by Kuden and Shiki with their crowd control as well, maybe he can shine. Because even if the Kali hides under the shroud, he's still very vulnerable to the snip and also the needles. This time, great charge actually coming in. Anticipating the position here of Alone, sticking to death, half HP. Great damage being thrown out by Langui as well. But again, this is an Ashe. He can just slow them down and land a better trade here in the bottom lane.
We have an interesting approach here for the side of Team Flash. Just how they're going to sort of stall and find these picks, right? Because at the end of the day, this is inevitably going to be a pick composition, right? You have the Vi for the setup, then the follow-up is going to be there for the Ashe and the Ziggs, no matter where they are in the map. So that is going to be the biggest playing factor here. So a lot is definitely riding on 368 here. Ignite popped on the middle side. Yonti is actually going to commit to this.
Yeah, you getting dealt with many pokes there by Yonti. Actually is being able to control the lane regardless of, maybe some pressure coming in from the Olaf later on. The only thing he needs to do later is just reserve the satchel charge so that he can escape, because there's a bit of lack of crowd control on the side of Edward Gaming. the only crowd control they have is just from the Jax and the Nautilus. So they really need to time their engages perfectly later on.
Absolutely. And the team fight is what they're going to be banking on, right? Less of the picks, more of the team fight and that isolation. Oh, Alone!
No way!
Steals it away! That's crazy, bro.
Just wrapped up and had placed with a ribbon. Alone saying thank you along the way.
These little things, once they add up, EDG finally going to get the advantage here in terms of goals. No, actually, it's Team Flash. Because of the amount of poke that they have on both the middle side and the bottom side of the map, they're the ones a little bit ahead here. And Yonti doing a pretty good job of keeping you at bay for now.
Yeah, this is the little thing that you've been mentioning a while ago. If 0-7 ever gets a steal here, that would be very difficult for 368, but you did get it. So that's good for 368, still enabling some vision on the top side. River will be level 5 as well. Xiaojiang going there as well a while ago, but unable to do anything.
Yeah. Forced the flash out though from 368, so that's going to be a big hit for the next coming few engagements. That means that the possibility of a gank here coming through is going to be significantly lower from 368. So again, pretty good job here for EDG extending that lead. Double knockup connects, but
Arrow as well, going to be connecting. Language supports to flash away. Alone, unable to deal the damage here. Now the call of support god might just connect, and then double knockup as well. Double kill for the bot lane, and Team Flash gets 2 kills.
Yeah, a little bit too early on the flash there to try and dodge the call of the Forge God. I mean, I was expecting the second touch to be there first before they flash it off, but Alone just got a little bit too anti there after Langui going down. Both summoners expended too. And you can see that Alone definitely have enough damage to take down Kuden at least, but because of the exhaust and the early flash, able to.
Solid battery was used, but unable to land the CC on 0-7 level, especially because of the Ragnarok. But now they turn 4 versus 3. Might be very difficult here for the side of Team Flash, but still pursue. Shiki being able to still escape with the flash in the charge. You as well being able to use that perfect execution out. But Edward Gaming equalizing the score, especially in 2 separate scenarios, now is equal in terms of goals, or at least catching up against Team Flash.
Gotta say, Team Flash, this is looking pretty good for them. This early game is looking very different from what they showed us in that first game. But let's take a look at this 1v1 one more time. Remember that early engagement earlier meant that 368 still had no flash. So that Ragnarok makes sure that 0711 is going to be able to shut him down. I mean, he was able to get the flash in the end, but it was too little too late. And here comes the counter punch here from EDG after that. Not the counter punch, but actually the re-engage. And suffice to say, EDG off to a pretty good start. Jungling wise, they're already so deep in terms of their invades here. And TF hasn't been able to answer.
Yeah, it's a great recovery from the early mishap by EDG a while ago. But still, Team Flash ahead by gold. That was a weird arrow coming in from Kuden, unable to land onto you. That could have been a kill though. But yeah, they're just being very careful this time around. Not being too cocky, I would say. Still, the Dragon Bit gonna be started here by Team Flash. They have vision though, and Lang is gonna be in the vicinity. They can actually turn if ever they do want to. Charge not connecting here onto you. Yonti just trying to poke out the other members here of Edward Gaming. 0711 is going to be here, so big responsibility for 368 to be able to land the damage here, especially despite Megan from the bomb doing the work here. A Shaky will just get taken down. The backline is going to be breached here. Great CC control here on the side of Team Flash, but unable to land the damage here onto the crucial members here of Edward Gaming. They're gonna get the kills. Edward Gaming getting the punish. Team Flash uncollected will get punished even more by Xiaojiang here into the bottom lane. He's a little bit later onto the fight, but still is landing damage, especially with the needles. But again, it's not yet the late game. He can't do anything, and Edward Gaming gets everything, even the gold lead now.
Yeah, and Team Flash, unable to punish the players of EDG here, is the sole reason why EDG walked away with so much there. Talk about you, went in, dove to... I think that was 3 people from the side of Team Flash, and still able to walk away. Same thing for Langui there, and Team Flash unable to shut both of those players down means that they lose out on the objectives and on the kills. And EDG showing us their their team fighting prowess, definitely on another level here. And Team Flash They have to try and find as much as they can with every engagement that EDG is permitting them to have.
I mean, this time, Edward Game is not going to permit them in getting a trade off objectives because they're starting to Herald this time around. No summoners for many people on the side of Team Flash because they used it a while ago just to be able to escape, or at least in an attempt to escape because they still got killed. MIB already used a little bit cheeky there on the side of UMT. Now they don't have that much damage. They turn onto Language. Still the RH gonna be taken here by 0711. You as well gonna be hiding under the shadows. They turn onto the members here of Team Flash. DW in a lot of trouble. The damage just pure on the side of EDG. Even if they don't have much CC, it's not gonna be a problem for them. Shuriken connects. And you will not be pursuing because Xiao Jiang alone in 0711 gonna be there, and they secure the first tower in the top lane as well. It's a massive goal lead. We're back to game 1.
Yeah, absolutely. This time it took a little bit more time, but another couple of objectives, another couple of kills, and EDG are right back where they started in this series, and they seem to be looking for more here, GG.
Oh man, it's a tough time for Team Flash. Yeah, and again, we commended them for this amazing composition this time around, but we're not seeing the potential just yet. T3 still very far from his impact. It has to be 12 to 15 minutes, just like game number 1.
And let's take a look at what happened there one more time. Another, again, Rift Herald started up. Another objective getting started by EDG. And look at the positioning from their side. All clumped up all together at the end of the fight because TF are so scattered compared to EDG. They didn't necessarily even need Alone's damage because everyone else was enough. They were contributing, and now they found another target.
Great arrow. Mega Inferno Bomb also going to be doing the trick. At least they will be able to get the Akali taken out. But that's just one kill.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if that was one kill with bounty. So at TF, they need to find a lot more of those if they want to get back into controlling the map here. But so far, no bueno apart from that one. So have to be continuously finding these avenues. And again, we go back to their composition. We go back to the tools that they have to try and find these openings. And we circle back to just how they're going to do that. And I'm looking at Kuden, that Enchanted Crystal Arrow. I'm looking at their engagement here from 368, which admittedly is more risky. So it really has to be more towards the predictability, the usage of the Enchanted Crystal Arrow and try and find these stragglers, which isn't necessarily always the easiest when you don't have as much map control. But 368's charging up.
Arrow as well going to be used, landing onto the Nautilus. So the battery onto the Olaf Nautilus, the best here! And it just got punished! What was that on Team Flash? They get punished heavily even instead! And Edward Game is going to be having such a great time. 4 kills picked up, possibly just the ace. T3 is the only one left here in this scene. That's going to be the cleanup. EDG with just a better team fighting. What was that for Team Flash? That was weird. And Edward Gaming loved every single bit of it.
It was a little bit too deep here on the engage. He already invested a couple of ults. So 368 was like, you know what, I'm gonna go in. But look at the patience there from that Olaf, triggering the Ragnarok at the last possible second, baiting in 368 into tower range. Made sure that there essentially is no counter punch here from Team Flash. It was just perfectly played across the board there for EDG, and they take the ace as well. And now they're looking to take this next dragon here. Is Team Flash going to be able to contest here, Giang?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Absolutely impossible for them to take this against 0711. It's an Olaf as well, so execution damage is much better on his side rather than the Vi. Arrow gonna be connecting here onto the hard CCTs as well, gonna be invested Mega Inferno Bomb as well to just assure the kill. But 0711 trying to pick up the slack here. The rest of Edward Game is gonna be go here as well, alone, going with the ult onto Zeri, getting the kill onto the Gwen as well. Shiki gonna be next. It's gonna be slowed down. Still able to run away. Alone getting poked out a little bit. The charge gonna be there as well with the slow. Alone still pursuing. Will be dashing in and secures the kill.
0711 is just so tanky there. So many people jumping onto him and still somehow manages to survive, buying enough time for the rest of the EDG squad to come into that bot side and again turn the fight around in their favor. And it's looking real good here in the mid to late game. A 7,000 gold lead and ballooning here for EDG. And they are looking to set their sights into the Baron, spawning up in just a bit here. And look at the gold lead here. It's on to 0711, and that's the reason why he's unkillable. He's just so many. He's just got so many items.
Yeah, so many items and so many dragon stacks already secured because of his prowess. Of course, alongside with the team fighting greatness here of EDG, just punishing every single bit of mistake here on the side of Team Flash. And that was really weird coming in from that mid lane play that they did. 368 targeting 0711, the Olaf, which is under the tower as well. Yeah,
unfortunate calling there for Team Flash. A little bit questionable, but the only thing to do now is recover and try to make the most out of the situation. And the situation is the Baron buff getting taken. They have the Hawk shot to know that EDG is doing it, but it's down to 5,000. I don't think they're even wanting to get close to this. A desperate attempt at the enchantment of Crystal Arrow and the Mega Inferno Bomb, but it is just too early. And they do not get to steal. Edward Gaming, it's barely a contest there for TF, and it's only gonna get worse from here for Team Flash.
I mean, this composition, when it has the Baron, it's just easily gonna be shredding down the towers, especially with the help of the buffed up minions, right? We'll be able to tank in the towers. Damage as well. Cannon getting extra range just to be able to deal more damage into the tower. That was 400 or 500 chip off onto the tower with just the cannon. That's how good Baron actually impacts the game, especially on the back row part. As we see them being spread across the map. 3 members here into the mid lane. Langli taking a bit of damage there. 368 gonna be charging up with the Volt Breaker, but unable to just pursue. And now they turn onto the Gwen. 3-3 might be in a lot of trouble this time around. 0711 will be picking up the kill. Arrow not dealing anything here on EDG's side.
At least they are able to stop the onslaught. That is Edward Gaming. Langui down to 300 HP means that EDG has to back up from that 1-3-1 engagement down in mid. But you getting knocked up.
Hiding under the shroud, they finally get the Seasoned Scissor onto the Akali and will be pinning him down as well. That's at least 2 kills that they have picked up, but the tower into the mid lane. Inhibitor tower gonna get taken out. Bottom lane as well might be next. Xiao Jiang getting a little too deep there, but was able to take out this Ziggs there. So it's just gonna be happy with that. Just continue on with the push in the bottom lane.
Yeah, Team Flash though, they find a punish, but they're looking for more.
Ragnarok just to exit out.
Yeah,
that was actually weird coming from EDG. They should have backed away, but not punished at all, so they're fine.
Yeah, EDG, they're looking to end this game as quickly as they can. And overstand a little bit there, but you said it yourself, they're absolutely fine for now as the gold lead approaches the 10,000 mark there. But Team Flash, I mean, at least they have pretty good defensive here. I'm talking about the wave clear that they have. They have so much here in their way, so able to at least fend off this onslaught that is the Baron buff. But when it comes to the team fight, that's when they're going to struggle. So they are going to be able to buy time, yes, but what are they buying time for? Do they have enough scaling to go into that late game for them to come back through raw numbers? I'm not sure. So they have to then look for something here, some stragglers perhaps, trying to find some picks, but it is Xiao Jiang coming in.
Yep, alongside with Langui. Call of the Forge God, not really going to be doing anything. Actually helped out 368 be able to escape. Needle's going to be thrown out as well. You perfectly executing that perfect execution. As now she is going to be the next third. Flash in by Langui. And follow up as well with the rest of ADG as T3 is just looking to walk away. Able to walk away at least. But again, it's all just for a play on the Dragon. And 0711 is being there already, securing the soul here for EDG. And it's already the scaling here of Edward Gaming, making sure they get the best possible scenarios here in this entire game. Now pushing here in the bottom inhib. Team Flash definitely struggling in this game, especially after the many mishaps that happened in this entire game. And Edward Gaming just looking to close it out as dominating as they can. Getting the wipeout as well here on the rest of Team Flash. And a decisive victory. Back-to-back wins at 16 minutes in a 2-0 sweep again against Team Flash.
A masterclass of sorts here from Edward Gaming as they sweep Saigon Team Flash in a very convincing manner. Give it up here for EDG, a fantastic performance in the first series of the day. They make quick work of Saigon TF. It seems like the slump is just not going to be over yet for Saigon TF. Still have